Hi, everybody. It's Brother Peter. I'm sitting here with Buddy. So a lot of you have asked about Buddy because he was very ill last week. And I actually thought, sadly, that I might be saying goodbye to Buddy. But he's back and better than ever. He's recovered. He had pneumonia. Come here, Bud. Come here. Want a cookie? He'll do anything for a cookie. Here you go. Come on. He's drooling all over the couch. So anyhow, we've been reading in John about these I am statements. There's 7 of them, and we talked, I think, last week about the Good Shepherd. Today, if you went to church, you heard I am the vine. But the 7 I am statements in John are I am the bread of life, I am the light of the world, I am the gate for the sheep, I am the Good Shepherd, I am the resurrection, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and I am the true vine, which you heard about today if you went to church. So, I think I'm going to read the gospel from Friday for you, because I think it's maybe not the most important, but one of the most, I think, discussed and meditated on of these I am statements. A reading from the Gospel of John. Jesus said to his disciples, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You have faith in God, have faith also in me. In my Father's house there are many dwelling places. If there were not, would I have told you that I am going to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back again and take you to myself, so that where I am, you also may be. Where I am going, you know the way." Thomas said to him, "Master, we do not know where you are going. How can we know the way?" And Jesus said to him, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." And this is the gospel of the Lord. Of all the things I read recently about this passage, one that I thought was most impactful was a person wrote that Jesus may have been the only person in human history who could have ever made this claim, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." The people who followed Jesus in early Christianity, before anybody even knew the word Christianity, referred to themselves as the people of the way. And the way referred to the group of people following Jesus, but the way referred specifically to the process of becoming a Christian. So the steps that you would have to undergo spiritually on your way to becoming a full member of the Jesus community. Similar to, people would refer to the way in the same way that you hear people in 12-step groups refer to it as the program. So thinking about the way, I wrote this little reflection, and I promised Kathy Von Brauman that I would read it to you tonight because I read it Friday and there was no sound, so it was never documented. So for each of us, Jesus' invitation, "Come follow me," will carry us into different and unique directions. The will of God for one of us may be the exact opposite as another. The Spirit calls to all of us, but the call is also expressed to each of us. When we are younger and we really don't know yet the way, we are given the gift of guides who show us through teaching, modeling, and example the way. For a little while, they are the way. This can describe counselors, religious people, clergy, teachers, coaches, parents, grandparents, neighbors, etc. We are shown the possibilities for the future by the example of folks already living the life to which we are destined. In my own life, there have been beloved teachers, artists, clergy, co-workers, sponsors in recovery, and elders in the LGBTQ community, who each imparted the next set of directions necessary to travel to the next part of my life's journey. A lot of times in recovery, people say, they lit my path. These people lit my path. But as an older person, I'm able to recognize that they were all playing a part in a play that was divinely directed. So I'm thinking of Jesus calling himself the way, the truth, and the light, the life. And this idea of specific people for us becoming the way along our life's journey. And you probably can think back yourself if you shut your eyes and think of really who showed me the way. And there are probably very specific people, in particular when you're younger. These people appear, and it's almost like the Wizard of Oz. You get on the path, and the people that you need are given to you along the way. So then I think something interesting happens later in life where we're given the opportunity also to become those guides for others. And that's a big, I think, responsibility, and one that shouldn't be taken lightly. And I don't really think that we should attempt to bring others along the way unless we've really earnestly spent some time reflecting on first of all, what is God's will for me? Before I'm going to help somebody else discern maybe what their path is, I have to be sort of reflecting on what's the next right thing for me to do. And that takes for me a bit of prayer and reflection. And prayer is different for everyone. The way we do communication with a higher power really is unique to every one of us. So I want to share with you this reading from Joseph Campbell, because I think it talks about this idea of how we're meeting these people along the way and what that all means. So just as your dreams are composed of an aspect of yourself of which your consciousness is unaware, so too your whole life is composed by the will within you. And just as people whom you will have met apparently by chance became leading agents in the structuring of your life, so too will you have served unknowingly as an agent, giving meaning to the lives of others. The whole thing gears together like one big symphony, with everything unconsciously structuring everything else. And Schopenhauer concludes that it is as though our lives were the features of the one great dream of a single dreamer, in which all the dream characters dream too, so that everything links to everything else, moved by the one will to life, which is the universal will in nature. How groovy is that? I have to read it again. It's as though our lives were the features of one great dream of a single dreamer, in which all the dream characters dream too, so that everything links to everything else, moved by the one will to life, which is the universal will in nature. Wow. Getting back to today's reading, for a lot of us, that one great will and that divine nature, that universal will in nature, is another way of referring to this way, truth, and life that a lot of us experience in the person of Jesus. Not that any one of us can explain that enormous mystical reality in a little video or a homily or a book or a library of books or the whole world of books, because it's really to some degree unknowable and unexplainable. But it is something I think that we each deeply experience. every minute of every day if we're awake and willing to avail ourselves to that spiritual reality. So I wish you all happiness and blessings for the week. We're still in Easter, so happy Easter. Have a wonderful week. There's a lot of terrifying, horrific, violent things happening in the world. Let's do whatever we can do within our capabilities to create peace. Blessings to everyone. God bless you. Happy Easter. Have a great week.